My sister banned me from her wedding, and now her fiancé refuses to marry her. You're not invited to my wedding. Those words hit me like a brick. My sister, Emily, delivered them with all the casual confidence of someone ordering coffee. It wasn't about guest limits, family drama, or even an oversight, it was personal. She thought her fiancé had feelings for me. For context, I'm Michelle, a 20-year-old college student. Emily, 25, has always been the golden child of the family, the one who could do no wrong. I've lived in her shadow for as long as I can remember. She was the straight-A student, the one my parents bragged about at dinner parties. I, on the other hand, was the odd one out, the black sheep who never quite fit into our picture-perfect family dynamic. The relationship between Emily and me has always been strained, but this accusation was new territory. Stealing her fiancé? Where was this even coming from? It all started at Christmas dinner last year when Emily's fiancé, Jonathan, joined us for the holidays. Unlike my family, who treated me like a visitor in my own home, Jonathan was different. He engaged me in conversation, asked about my studies, and even laughed at my terrible jokes. It was refreshing to have someone treat me like I mattered. Apparently, Emily didn't see it that way. Later that evening, she pulled me aside and hissed, "I know what you're doing. Stop trying to steal Jonathan." I was dumbfounded. Jonathan and I had barely exchanged a few polite words. But Emily was convinced that his kindness toward me was evidence of something deeper. I dismissed her outburst as insecurity and moved on. She, however, did not. Months later, I found out through our grandparents, not even Emily herself, that she was engaged. The news didn't surprise me, what did was the fact that she hadn't told me. I gave her the benefit of the doubt, thinking she was busy with wedding planning. That illusion shattered when she called me out of the blue one evening. "You're not coming to the wedding," she said bluntly. I asked why. "Because Jonathan has feelings for you, and I don't want it to be awkward," I laughed, genuinely believing she was joking. But she wasn't. She had spun this entire narrative in her head, turning me into some kind of villain trying to sabotage her relationship. "Enjoy your wedding," I said before hanging up. I wasn't going to argue over something so ridiculous. Fast forward to last night. I was working on an assignment when my phone exploded with calls from my dad. After ignoring the first few, I finally picked up. His voice was frantic. "Michelle, you need to come to the rehearsal dinner. Now." Apparently, Jonathan had refused to marry Emily. His reason? Her treatment of me. During the rehearsal dinner, he confronted her in front of everyone, demanding to know why I wasn't invited. When she told him it was because of her baseless accusations, he lost it. He told her he couldn't marry someone who would treat their own family that way, who would alienate someone for no reason. My parents, of course, were livid. They called me, begging me to come and fix things. Even Emily, through sobs, asked me to lie and tell Jonathan I had chosen not to come to the wedding. I refused. "You're dealing with the consequences of your actions," I told her. "This is not my problem to fix." For once in my life, I stood up for myself. I wasn't going to be the scapegoat anymore. Today, I woke up to a flood of missed calls and messages. Jonathan has reportedly left Emily, and my parents are scrambling to do damage control. Emily is inconsolable, blaming me for everything. But deep down, I know this isn't about me. This is about years of toxic family dynamics finally coming to light. And for the first time, I'm at peace. Sometimes, standing your ground isn't just about self-respect, it's about showing others that you won't be their scapegoat anymore.